I can just hear the comments screaming at me. I can hear them. How have you not eaten here? You are not a human being. Have you no taste buds, you psychopath? No, I'm pretty sure those died a long time ago. Well, everyone, it's your boy Floz MG back with another episode of Tear Up, and this time I am ranking fast food chains. And I will say, I have eaten at a great amount of fast food chains. However, I actually have not eaten at every single chain on this list. So there's going to be a certain tier for that. For now, let's just get right into it. Before this video starts, I just want to say that only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you like this video and want to see more like it, hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything, and you can always change your mind in the future. Now back to the video. The tiers for this video are as follows. God tier, world class chain, I'd eat it, can't fairly judge, and cancelled. You'll notice that I put can't fairly judged above cancelled because even though I haven't eaten at that restaurant, I'm not just gonna put it in cancelled. That's mean. Alright, the first restaurant we got up is Arby's. We have the meats. Wink, wink. So, Arby's, as you can get, a restaurant that kind of circles you around the idea of nice, meaty sandwiches. A vegan's fucking nightmare. I can just imagine that vegan teacher outside of that goddamn restaurant with their fucking ukulele going, killing animals is wrong, I'm dumb. Killing animals is wrong, I'm dumb. Like, honestly, that vegan teacher, someone needs to put her ass in detention. I don't fucking know. Well, oh yeah, I was talking about Arby's. Arby's, I've been to Arby's a few times, but to me, I'm gonna put it midway at I'd eat it. I mean, that's just my opinion. Alright, next up we got Buffalo Wild Wings. This restaurant's not too bad. There's a mall near where I live, and one of the restaurants they got is Buffalo Wild Wings, which, not bad. It's not like in the food court. It's like its own restaurant, part of the, well, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. I mean, the food there is pretty good, but they also have this sort of like sports trivia thing. I think it's sports. It's either sports trivia or just general trivia that you were able to do, and I always found that really fun. And I'm not going to put it as God tier, but I definitely will put it up in world-class chain. That seems like a fair judgment. Alright, next up we have a literal king of fast food, the Burger King. Burger King, I swear, there's one of these in every single town. There has to be one in every single town. Burger King is definitely within like maybe my top 5 restaurants of all time. I think I would place it at maybe number 3 though. Top 3 restaurants of all time. Yes, Burger King. And being one of my top 3 favorite restaurants of all time, it must go in God tier. Plus you get a wee little crown. It makes you feel special. Alright, next up we have Carl's Jr. I don't like saying this, but I have not eaten at a Carl's Jr. I have not ordered anything from a Carl's Jr. because I'm pretty sure there isn't even a Carl's Jr. in my fucking state. I'm almost 100% certain there isn't a Carl's Jr. in my goddamn state. And because of that information, I have to put it in I can't fairly judge. I'm sorry, but I can't fairly judge it. Just be glad I'm not fucking putting it in cancelled. I know a lot of you in the comments are gonna go off on me. You'd probably go off on me on this next one though. It's Chipotle. I am also sad to say that I have also not eaten at a Chipotle. I can already hear the fucking comments now. What? How have you not eaten at Chipotle? You have not lived life, sir. I am gonna put Chipotle right in here at can't fairly judge. You know why? Because I can't fairly judge it. As there's the king, you know there must be the queen. We have the Dairy Queen. And ironically, I will say, the amount of times that I've gone to Dairy Queen, I think only maybe once or twice I ever got some sort of ice cream thing. Every other time I probably got like some sort of burger. I will say, their burgers are pretty good. Except for that one time where they surprised me with mustard and I didn't order mustard. That was a little bit of a surprise. Dairy Queen, it's also in one of my top 5 burger joints, so By that definition alone, it must go up in God tier. The king and the queen side by side. Next up, we got a good one. We have Domino's Pizza. By far, my favorite pizza joint. You could ask me 100 years from now, assuming I live that long. I'm probably not even going to live 100 days from now. But if you were to ask me at that point what my favorite pizza restaurant is, it's going to be Domino's hands fucking down. And with it being my favorite, it has to go in God tier. You don't like it? Fight me. Next up, we have one of the restaurants that makes the world go round. They got Dunkin' Donuts. Heck, its freaking phrase, it's America runs on Dunkin'. I will say, I have not had any kind of Dunkin' Donuts coffee because I just don't like coffee. I know, I'm a fucking Satan worshiper for not liking coffee. I do, however, love their honey glazed donuts. And I know, with a lot of restaurants, I'm a basic fucking bitch when ordering. Glazed donut? That shit's good to me. It is pretty good, but I don't want to put too many up in God tier, so I'm going to put this at the very front of world-class chain. Why do you think at almost every single gas station they have a Dunkin' Donuts? Because it's good. It's just good. Next up, we have Five Guys. I don't know, this was never really one of my favorite restaurants. And I actually remember a trip I took down to DC one time where I think my pops got us supper from a Five Guys. And I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just the fact it was like in DC or something. But I could not stomach it. I just could not. And after that experience, I could not eat at a Five Guys since. It may have just been that experience, but that experience ruined Five Guys for me. I'm sorry. Next up, we have In-N-Out. Not exactly sure why it was named that. Maybe because you go in, eat very fast, and you're out of there or some shit. But I wouldn't know because, sadly, I have also not eaten there either. And also, I'm also fairly certain there isn't an In-N-Out in my goddamn state. I'm almost 100% certain. I'm going to have to put In-N-Out in Can't Fairly Judge. Because I can't fairly judge it. Sorry. Alright, next up, we got Jack in the Box. I honestly don't know how a majority of these restaurants are named. But Jack in the Box? I'm sorry, I also haven't eaten at Jack in the Box either. Because again, there is not one in my state that I'm fairly certain about. So once again, but my apologies, Jack in the Box must go and Can't Fairly Judge. Sorry. Next up, we have Jersey Mike's, a sort of a sub shop that there is definitely one in my state. There is a good few in my fucking state. You'd think they'd be local to Jersey, but no. And even though they're in my state, I still have not eaten at a Jersey Mike's. So once again, I must sadly put Jersey Mike's and Can't Fairly Judge. I can just hear the comments screaming at me. I can hear them. How have you not eaten here? You are not a human being. Have you no taste buds, you psychopath? No, I'm pretty sure those died a long time ago. Next up, this is definitely one I've eaten at. We have KFC. KFC, of course, standing for Kentucky Fried Chicken. I'm pretty sure almost no matter where you go, you'll always find one, like one of the KFC Taco Bell combo things, you know? Know what I mean? KFC was never one of my favorite restaurants, and when KFC was offered to eat at, I would almost 100% decline because I'm just going to be honest, I do not like their chicken. I don't. You can feel free to murder me in your dreams, but this is where it's going for me. I'm sorry. Next up, we got another pizza joint, Little Caesars. You know, I kind of like the Little Caesars commercials with its freaking thing at the end where it's like, pizza, pizza. Like, they're known for their hot and ready pizza, and I'll probably say 9 times out of 10 that I've gone there, it's always been hot and ready. There was one time where it was like a bit either room temperature or cold, and I was disappointed. I was disappointed. But still, that did not completely ruin it for me. Unlike Five Guys. You know what, I think I just have to put it right in the middle at I'd eat it. Because you know what? I'd eat it. Here we go. We got my number one favorite burger joint ever. McDonald's. Like, if you do not like this burger joint, I don't believe you're human. I just don't. They literally had a movie describing how it came into being. Have you ever watched The Founder? McDonald's, being one of my top 5 favorite burger joints, you know where it has to go. And you know what? It has to go right at the beginning too. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it. I mean, it's got a good jingle too. Next up, we got another pizza joint, literally named Pizza. We got the Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut, I'll admit it's okay. It was never really one of my favorite pizza joints. But at the same time, I'm not going to say it's downright awful. To me, it was also sort of midway. So, I think I'm also going to put this one right in the middle at I'd eat it. I mean, that's fair to me. Alright, next up we have a really good chicken restaurant. We got Love That Chicken from Popeyes. In case you haven't guessed it, it's Popeyes. Popeyes, far better than KFC, I'm gonna say. You know why? Because Popeyes chicken actually has something called spice to it. Another reason why Louisiana surpasses over Kentucky. And I will say, to me, it's better than a majority of the I'd Eat It restaurants, so I'm going to go and put it up in world-class chain. I mean, that's good to me. Alright, next up, we got a restaurant not named after the Blue Hedgehog, but it's Sonic. I'm pretty sure it's Sonic. There isn't a Sonic in the US where you dine in. I don't believe there is. I could very well be wrong. But you order at one of these sort of terminals, and they rollerblade it out to you. That's fucking cool in itself. But I'm just gonna say, their grilled cheese, oh my god. I'm just gonna say for like the gimmicks of Sonic and that grilled cheese, oh my god. Like, it has to go to the very front of world-class chain. If you don't agree with me, fuck you. Alright, next up we have the biggest brand in coffee ever, Starbucks. And yes, for some reason, Starbucks is considered a fast food chain. I don't know why. It just is. In all honesty, like, I don't like coffee, but I have gone to Starbucks a few times. And I'm just going to say this. I believe it's overrated. I just believe it's overrated. I feel like I'm going to get so much hate. I feel like I'm going to get so much hate if I put it in canceled that I'm kind of scared to put it in canceled. So you know what? I think I'm just going to put it over here and I'd eat it. See? I like it. I'm not going to blink twice if I'm in danger. Either way, moving on. Next up, we have Subway, who had a really bad spokesperson for a good long time. Subway, as the name would suggest, is a sub shop. I'm already not that big of a fan of like sub sandwiches. Also, the fact that their spokesperson kind of like really went downhill so fast. I think for that really big failure, I might need to do that. Sorry. And next up, we have Taco Bell. Taco Bell, I've eaten there. I'm just gonna say this. Like, unless there's just meat in the taco, maybe a little bit of cheese, I just don't like it. I just don't like it. Again, with like a lot of stuff I eat, I'm a real basic bitch about it. Real basic bitch. Like, I've had some homemade tacos that have been a good bit better than Taco Bell. Like, there was a few times where I had from Taco Bell where the shell was soft, and that was just very unappealing. So I'm sorry, Taco Bell, but you're kind of down here for me. Alright, but last up, we have my second favorite burger joint ever. We have Wendy's, the little redhead who's the logo of the fucking restaurant. And again, that's my second favorite, I kind of have to put it up in God tier immediately. You know how it is. Right there. Actually, I just realized all the God tier ones are kind of ordered in my liking them burger joints. McDonald's and Wendy's and Burger King, then Dairy Queen. And I think this is where I'm going to leave my rankings off. I've been Floz MG. This has been Tier Up ranking fast food restaurants, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video. Bye!
Bitch, I ain't your hero. Don't call me a savior. Think I'm out of control, that's just my behavior. I'm bringing the house down, major devastation.